Hey guys, what up? It's HG Game, and like I said, I would show you how this secret entrance door thing works. And something I actually completely forgot to throw in at the end of the last video was this button right here. So you can refill this dispensers with fire charges. Just, it's just a T flip-flop, nothing too impressive. And I shall show you now how it all works. Also, just so you know, this is that T flip-flop that I was talking about, and this is hooked up on this version. However, on the version over there that I'm going to show you guys, which is that thing right there, it's not there because I added it afterwards. But yeah, now let's go check this system out, and I'll explain to you guys how everything works. So now, the first thing that happens is when you push that button, it comes down to this brown section here, and what brown stands for is the actual starting mechanism, I guess is what you could call it if you wanted to. So when that happens, first of all, this here goes off, and that will turn this torch on if this is on, or if this is off, and this is always on, and then as soon as we get a redstone current, this will turn on, and that's actually for the reset line, which I'll explain later. But because of the way the RS NOR latch is right now, this piston is extended, allowing the signal to travel through, which flips this RS NOR latch, traveling the current through here, and then this line starts the actual mechanism. So the first thing that happens is, well, actually, these should not be here. I took them out in the final version just because I didn't really need them, but it comes up here, which then flips this RS NOR latch, and what that does is, here, these bricks, when you press the button, you'll see these ones go back first, and then afterwards, like right after, just a few seconds I should say, this piston will go down, and there's water there, and then the water will come and put out all the fire here. If there were fire charges, note, however, there are no fire charges in this one because they kept on setting the wool on fire. I actually had to rebuild this whole thing a couple of times because they kept on setting the wool on fire. That's why that one over there is all cobble. But in addition to that, this piston will descend. I don't know what the proper term is. It'll go up. It won't be extended anymore. And then after that all happens, that's what that RS NOR latch does. And then this timing is for that piston. And then over here, if we kind of follow it a little bit, now all this blue part here is kind of hard to see, but basically what it does is it takes these two and it lowers them. So I can actually, because that's on its own T flip-flop, I can switch it for you guys so you guys can see what happens. So then if we look, see how these two went down? That's what that does. And then there's two lines coming into here for the reset and the set. So I'll explain to you guys how that kind of works. Oops, didn't want that there. Basically, if we follow this orange line, we'll see that it comes over here, and this actually sets it. And then it continues on, and then this other white one, like I said, all the whites can be reset, so I'll explain that a little bit. So that comes up to here, and basically all of this pink and yellow, there's actually quite a bit of it. It does a couple of things. So the first thing that it does is, because this will not be extended once that RS NOR latch is flipped, and what that does is it's first of all, pushes this piston, which moves this one into this place. However, it can't right now because there's that one up there. But then after that, that one sticky piston back there that I'm pointing at pushes over here, and then this all moves up. This whole column moves up. It's really hard to explain without like doing it, but I'm trying my best, just so you guys know. And then after that, after a little bit of delay, comes around here, which then sends out a signal onto this line, because the way it works is once it extends, that piston stays there, and then again, signal will come through, and then it'll take it back and put it into this position. And then after that, this line will be lit, which then comes down here and sets this, and what this does is it actually, because this one will go up. Also, I forgot to mention that RS NOR latch back there, that orange one, will get rid of this block. It'll descend this piston and then descend that one, so that block goes away too. And then after that, I might actually need to do that because it'll be kind of hard to explain how this works. Yeah, actually, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and flip it, just so you guys can kind of see how it works, because it's kind of hard to explain if we don't get major amounts of lag. And so you see, then that block went back. Then basically after that red wool gets powered, what will happen is this piston here, which is really hard to see, that one there, will come out here, and like I said, because this piston pushes this up, this will actually go up a row, which I could show you guys. Just do that, and this of course is not going to work without a block. I was trying to do it without a block, but throw that up there, get rid of that, put a block up there, just to show you guys. So then this will go up, and then after that what will happen is this piston will come out to right here, and that will pull this block over, because if I have to go under actually to show you guys this. If I flip this this again, which is those two steps by the front of the fireplace, you see, however, you can still not walk here because this is in your way. So that what that basically does is that moves, and then it goes into this position, grabs this block, and then moves back. And so then this will be moved to here, and then you can walk down here, and it's, you know, then you add, you know, the chest or whatever you have down here. And that's actually all of the setting system. That's it, like right there. Kind of convoluted, not gonna lie, but yeah, that's how it works. And now the reset is a whole another story, which I want to see how long I just have to record it, because I want to see, I don't know how long it took me to explain this whole thing. Maybe I'll go a little bit more in depth of the systems, how they all work afterwards, and like kind of, you know, break it all up so you guys can see a little bit better, because I'm sure you guys are really confused. You know, it's not exactly the easiest thing to explain, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, be right back. Okay guys, I'm back, and just all I did so far was change this block back to brick so it all matched. And something I wanted to show you guys is, you know how I talked about that block going back? I didn't really show that system. It is actually the first thing that happens, and I didn't even really explain it. This actually happens before the water goes to put out the fire. And it's pretty simple. Basically what happens is there's this redstone signal that comes from up here from this RS NOR latch, and when it is triggered, basically this piston goes back, and then after a delay this other one goes back, and then when it gets powered, this pushes out right away because it's directly hooked up to there, and then after a little delay that second one pushes back up. And the first one I guess I should explain a little bit better. Now you would think because this one goes back first that, you know, how does it grab it? Well, that's where this third line comes in hand. This basically goes up to a pulse limiter with a little bit of a delay, and that's how then that goes back, but then once this goes down, this one shoots out and grabs it real quick again. That's how that happens. I don't know if that made too much sense, but hopefully it did. I'm sure if you're a Redstone person, it makes sense to you, and if you're not, you're just like, oh, well, that's really cool. So, oh, we don't even need light. So now I guess I could explain how the reset system works. And so right now it's actually I set everything without actually toggling this RS NOR latch array. So I'm gonna just show you guys by putting a button here what happens. So when I press this button, the signal is gonna travel through and try to set it, except I broke the redstone right here, so it won't set it. And in addition, this will get powered, and that from there will power this piston, and then this will be ready for the reset. So if I push it, see how it gets powered, and now it's able to reset. And so what happens when you reset it, basically, the first thing that happens is the power goes all the way down here, and then up to here, and oops, not there yet. It goes up here, and it goes to this red, and like I said earlier, what this red does is this pushes this block or pulls it back in, so that will push this block back to this position where, you know, right there, and then shortly after that what will happen is the signal comes up here, and this will reset this orange RS NOR latch, which will push this whole column down after that's set there. These blocks here will come back pushed out to this level here, and then this block here will be pushed out and then pushed up so it looks all flush, and then the fire charges, oh that's right, I don't have the T flip-flop, but there's the actual fire chargers would go in there, and those dispensers, those would shoot out, and that pretty much resets everything except for these two stones here. And so what happens after that all gets reset is the line actually ends there, but it also branches off in this direction, and actually we don't need that there. And what will happen is then it goes off into this T flip-flop in the second line, which I said I would cover later. That's the reset. Well, that's what happens. That actually goes and resets those stones, and so it's all back to normal. And then the last thing that happens is it comes back up here and it resets this RS NOR so it can be set again, if that makes sense. Hopefully that all made sense. I'm not the best at explaining these things. They're a little bit complicated if you couldn't tell. But yeah, also this yellow thing, this is something I made a while back. This is a I didn't really explain too much what happened here, but it is the same thing I used in my day-night sensor. It's this mechanic right down here, and basically what happens is it turns a lever into a button, so to speak. See how it went and then went. That's basically what that yellow thing does, and that's how it grabs it and pushes that block back and forth, one of the blocks in there. But yeah, okay. That's basically how the reset works. So now what I'll do is actually reset it for you guys and then set it to show you that it does work. So put this redstone back here, and the other one back here, and this brown line that can go. And now if I push the button, it all gets reset except for this piston because I removed this line here. But you see, now it's all like flush. Okay, sorry about that. My parents just started to yell at the top of their lungs at my brothers because they are lazy and just play Xbox all day. No, JK. They just, yeah, they're lazy, but that's besides the point. Then also, you couldn't actually see it, but these dispensers fired the fire charges, which would reignite this netherrack, and it looks concealed. And so then again, just to show you guys that it does work, there's the water. Oh, well, that didn't work, did that? You know, I swear, it only happens when I start filming that this starts malfunctioning. I must have removed a piece of redstone somewhere and forgot about it. Let's see, that did not fire properly. But yeah, it does work. You guys saw it yesterday, and also, I believe I fixed that issue, where it didn't work the first time, but the second time it did work. I believe I fixed that. That was just something that the lag would cause to do, so, but yeah, it does work. I showed it to you. It's just this one I had to take some wires apart to kind of explain it a little bit better, so that's why it didn't work quite right. But it does work, like you saw yesterday. I am going to include both this version and that version in download, or you know what, no, I'll just include this one, because this one's all color labeled and stuff, and it's easier to understand. I'll try to figure out what went wrong and fix it before I release it, of course. But yeah, that's basically all of that done. Oops, time date. And also the server, it's coming along pretty well. I am pretty much done with it now. It's what do I want to say about it? It's done for the most part, except I still have to work on this worlds a little bit, because I'm thinking about getting rid of factions just because of the I don't see it being too popular on the server. This world actually causes quite a bit of lag for whatever reason. Maybe because I lose something up here. As you can see, oh yeah, right here. As you guys can see, I was having a little bit too much fun with TNT. Yeah.